On this 78th Independence Day, we are honored to introduce Colonel Amit Kasodekar, a leader whose 22-year career in Indian Army, including a key role in Kargil War, inspires us all. His strategic insight and unwavering commitment were instrumental in safeguarding our nation during challenging times. After a distinguished military career, Colonel Kasodekar transitioned to the corporate world, applying his expertise in risk management with the same dedication and strategic acumen. His journey from military to corporate leadership reflects adaptability, vision, and a relentless commitment to excellence. Please join us in this conversation with Colonel Amit Kasodekar.
Good morning, Kasodekar. It is a privilege to have you with us today. Your journey will surely be a great source of inspiration to the young generation, and we surely want to know more about it. So, could you walk us through your professional journey, starting from your service in the Indian Army, including any key roles and achievements up until your current position at the corporate?
Sure. Before I get on to my journey, I would like to first of all thank all of you for choosing me to for the Independence Day at VIT, because VIT is a prestigious college right from my childhood days, and it is a well-known institute, and it is always good to speak to young generation and youth of this nation, which is energy of our nation. So it is my privilege, and I'm totally feel elevated that being here amongst you. Okay, so starting with my journey, basically my childhood I spent in Pune, and I was alumni of Vimlabai Garware High School. And after 12th, I got through National Defense Academy and joined National Defense Academy. It's a again very proud to be part of such an institute, which is one of the very few tri-services institutes across the world. And after 3 years training at National Defense Academy, I went to Indian Military Academy at Dehradun and completed the military training for 1 year. And post that, I got commissioned into Regiment of Artillery. So when I say commissioned, it is basically the commission is given by the President of India. So President of India does, we take oath on behalf of President, and we assure that we will do our best, and we follow the Chetwood motto that service of our countrymen will always come first and every time. And so that's the essence of it. And then I started my journey with Regiment of Artillery. As you know, artillery is arm where we have long range weapon systems, I would say guns and rockets and missiles. So basically, we have the firepower. It's a firepower arm, and that's why artillery is known as God of War in military parlance. So proud to be a gunner, and I started my journey at very from Maharashtra itself. My first posting was at Sambhajinagar, uh, erstwhile Aurangabad. So I had a short stint of just about 6 months there, and then I got my posting to Jammu and Kashmir. So every soldier, we do aspire to go to the front and be in the thick of the battle. And so I was very excited. So I went to Jammu and Kashmir, where I went to the international border. Then I got opportunity to see actually how the border is laid out. What is the international border? What is the LC, what is LSC, all those terminologies we used to keep hearing. So I actually got an opportunity to be there and understand them on ground. And as part of my Jammu and Kashmir tenure, I got the biggest opportunity of my life that I volunteered to go to the Siachen Glacier. And that's the most, I would say, memorable and satisfying tenure of my entire army service. And during that time only, the Kargil War happened, which was, we know it from Operation Vijay. And that is the time I was there in Siachen Glacier. So I was fortunate enough to be part of that war in some shape or form. I did actively participate in not exactly in the Kargil sector, but the sector adjacent to Kargil, between Siachen and Kargil, that is Chorbatla. And then I was part uh, of Operation Meghdoot in Siachen Glacier. And to cutting it short, basically thereafter I got multiple opportunities to go to the field areas. In Jammu and Kashmir, I had 3 tenures in Rajaury and Poonch sector, then in Kathua sector. Then I got 2 tenures in the northeastern sector of India, one in Manipur and one in Arunachal Pradesh. And also I was fortunate to serve in the deserts of Rajasthan and plains of Punjab. So with that, it gave me a good confidence and good exposure, I would say. And then I commanded my regiment. That is, in fact, I raised a new regiment, uh, artillery field unit, as its first commanding officer. So that was a very challenging task, and it's a very coveted task, I would say. So I feel very privileged and satisfied of commanding uh, a unit as its first commanding officer, because I will be part of the history of that regiment, and it will be always close to my heart. And thereafter, I had one stint with the Ministry of Defense, that is at the Army headquarters, Sena Bhavan. And there I was Director Armament and Ammunition. So I handled the equipment management functions for Indian Army. So that was again an eye opener, and it gave me good exposure that how actually things work, how the logistics they are placed, where are we, what is our requirement, and all. It was a very, very good, I would say, learning experience. And finally, before taking plunge into the corporate sector, I served in Arunachal Pradesh. And then I decided that let me try out the corporate sector as well, because in the army it's a hierarchy. So then I joined the corporate sector, and here I'm in front of you now. So this is a very shortly and briefly my journey so far.
That journey was a really big one. Like for us, we feel like so many postings, so many achievements, so many ranks that you have climbed up throughout the years. Similarly, we also feel that your contribution to the corporate world as great positions is also pretty fantastic. So on that field, I would like to know that Kargil War has been a significant chapter in India's history. So, having been part of it, what strategies did you find most effective while maintaining the morale and motivating among your troops?
So I always believe that it's all about people, because and that's what the leadership is all about. And in army we have a leadership where we always lead from front. So unless and until you yourself you are competent enough to lead your troops or lead your men, so I think you will not succeed in any of your tasks. So, and that's the essence of our training, because army is one of those organizations where everyone rise from bottom. Nobody gets directly commissioned as to the rank of colonel. You have to get commissioned as second lieutenant, then captain, then major, then lieutenant colonel, and then you reach the rank of colonel. So you have to go through that all experience. So, and that experience teaches you a lot. So that's my philosophy. And in Kargil, if we have to say, it's as we know, Kargil was a very unique war where the enemy was sitting on top, and it all mountainous and high altitude terrain, where enemy was sitting on top, and we were attacking enemy positions from down. So it was a very suicidal, I would say, but the morale and the leadership of Indian Army, and again, being a gunner officer, I would say that artillery played a very important role to disseminate the enemy positions by bringing on the accurate artillery fire on enemy positions. So we did play a very important role there. So that's the essence of Kargil War, I would say.
Okay. So, according to that, so what after your career in the army, being a colonel as your highest rank, after that, what made you choose corporate as a stepping up to the different post? Like, how did that transition happen in general? And additionally, what valuable lessons have you learned during the significant change?
Yes, so it was a very difficult decision for me, I would say. That should I, because I had still 6 to 8 years, I could have continued an army and served the nation, because one always takes pride in uniform. It is, I still, till date, I do miss my uniform. I do miss my army life, because army is not a profession, I would say, it's a way of life. And you always, it's a bigger family outside your own family. And whatever you're doing, there is always a good feeling at the back of your mind that whatever you're doing, you're doing it for your nation. So that pumps you up and that motivates you. So that thing is not there in any of the other professions, I would say, in the, especially in the corporate sector. uh, so it was a very difficult decision, I would say. But then, as I said, that army is a pyramid, and not everyone can reach the higher ranks. And as per me, the ultimate essence of army leadership is at colonel level, when you command a regiment or command a unit, because that is where you are in direct command. All other your command tenures, like if even if you are brigade or division, so all those, ultimate commander is the colonel, who is the commanding officer, who is commanding his regiment. And I had done that to best of my abilities. So that tenure was over. That was one factor. Then second factor was that I wanted something different. And as you see that people do say that army men, they don't do well in civil life, so I wanted to break that myth as well. So I thought, why not take up a challenge, and let's see how it works. And there was another factor, that I had never been to a college in my entire this thing. Like, you are in a college. After 12th, I joined National Defense Academy. So literally, I never enjoyed the college life. So there was a opportunity for me to experience the college life also, maybe late in life, but still, because there was a course where I got selected at IIM Ahmedabad when I was transitioning. So that also was at the back of my mind, that okay, I may get some exposure to college life, see, learn new things, and pick up some new challenges, and break the traditional myth that army men, they cannot do well on civil street. So all those factors compounding, finally I took my decision, and I transitioned to the corporate side.
Okay, sir. So we have talked about your Kargil journey in general, but we haven't touched the kernel aspect of it. So, like basically leading a regiment, that is a very big task and must consume a lot from you and must have a lot of learnings for the youth that is going to watch this video. So, what was your experience while commanding a regiment?
I would say that is experiences out of the world. Means nowhere else one can get that experience. I don't think any other profession you would get that, because a regiment like artillery regiment has 565 officers and soldiers, and you have equipment which is very state of art. It is a very critical equipment. Then you have ammunition. Then you have personal arms. So it's a plethora of things. And commanding a regiment is, has, it is a multifaceted, I would say, opportunity, because you are not only leading men, but you are managing the equipment. You are ensuring that your unit is fit for war all the time. And for me, it was more critical, because I started as first commanding officer. So all the men, officers, men, they had come from different regiments. So I had to first bring them together, motivate them, then assign them appropriate task, and then finally make them operationally fit within a span of 1 year, which I did successfully, and that's very satisfying. So it's a very multifaceted, and I would say that you touch upon almost all sorts of profession once you're doing that commanding officer's job, because it's you're not only military leader, you're handling law as well, because there is a army rules, there is a army law. So you have a lot of legal compulsions, you have a lot of legal powers, I would say, that you can send someone in the for imprisonment as well. So you are doing a judge job also to some extent. Then you have to manage your finances. There are budget allotment, there is procurement, and so many things are happening. Then there is a PR that you at times you will have to handle media as well, because if there is some incident, the media people come, and then all those things. Then if there is an accident or some other eventuality happens, you have to coordinate with all the civil administration, the police, and everyone. So it's a very multifaceted job, I would say, and it's a very challenging, and it gives a great amount of satisfaction.
Yes, so that was great to hear about all the aspects of what you have touched in as a colonel. So, how do you connect the whole military experience of things with the corporate role that you're in right now? And how would the has the military experience helped you in the problem solving and decision making in your corporate roles?
So yes, certainly the army experience has it has been absolutely fantastic, and that has literally prepared me well for corporate, I would say. And that 6 months transition time, and that course at IIM Ahmedabad really helped me to understand the corporate parlance, how people think, what are the nuances, and give it taught me basics of all business management, then your strategy, business strategy, then your people management, how it happened on the civil side. So I would say there are a lot of parallels one can draw, because I'm firm believer that it is the person behind the machine will always matter. However technical we become, whatever sophisticated equipments we handle, it is the man or the woman behind the machine will always matter. Like as you know, the if you're flying an aircraft, the pilot matters a lot, however sophisticated the aircraft can be. So I'm firm believer of that. So it all hovers around the people, and there are people in army and there are people in corporate. So it is all about people and managing people. So that's my takeaway from the entire thing.
Okay, that was really great to hear about the parallels that you've drawn between those two domains. So, today's youth has a diverse mindset and enjoys new areas in general, but they can be hesitant to take risks. And as a ex-army colonel, you must have taken some high-risk decisions, which may have had different outcomes. So, what advice would you like to give to the young professionals who are hesitant to take risk in their career?
So I really agree with this, that yes, decision taking is very, very important. However small that decision is, one has to take that decision at the right time. Like even if say our day starts in the morning, and I don't know, everybody may not put the alarm clock, but whatever your way of waking up is also there. There also you're taking that small decision, that should I wake up now or should I take 5 minutes more nap, or so the day starts from your decision taking, and the way you take your decisions, the your day starts shaping up in that way. So it shapes up your mood, it freshens you up. So all that small small decisions, they become your habit, and that habit again, it's a vicious cycle. That habit again makes you take again the right decision. So taking decision is very important, one, and one has to select the right over wrong. So that is where the character or the value of that upbringing and what we call in that samskar. So that is very, very important right from the childhood, that how you are thinking, what is your mindset. So that positivity that can really motivate others, and That is very, very important. So my advice to the young generation is that whatever the decision is, but please take the decision and stick to it. That is again very important. Like I said, that morning, if you decide, okay, 5 minutes, I will take 5 minutes more nap. So you have to calculate, because as you said that people don't take risk. But then again, one has to take that risk very calculatively. Risks are everywhere. Means even if you keep sleeping, there is a risk, and if you wake up, there is also risk. And those risks you have to weigh, you have to think that what is right and what is wrong, and take your decision at that point of time.
So the calculated risk part is a really good takeaway from this whole session. Also, as an ex-army army officer, like what insight would you like to give to aspiring youth who wishes to join the Indian Army in the near future?
Sorry, I lost your voice in between. Can you please repeat the question?
As an ex-army officer, what insight would you like to share to the youth who is aspiring to be an get into army?
So I would say army is a very good profession, I would say. And as I said, it's not only a profession, it's a way of life. Because whatever you're doing, at the back of mind, it is telling you that you are doing it for your nation. And that's a very good feel good factor, I would say, because it really pumps you up and it really motivates you, and it makes you a overall good person or human being. Because I always believe in three C's wherever, even I'm following in corporate as well, that basically the character, the commitment, and then comes the competence. So the character defines a person. The character is, as I said, that it is choosing right over wrong, and that our training starts right from the NDA days, where we are always taught to choose harder right over easier wrong, and that brings the character of a person. Then is the commitment. That commitment comes from within, and if a person is committed, he or she can do wonders. And that commitment comes with passion. And then is competence. That one has to hard work and one has to get the knowledge and make yourself competent enough. But these three C's, they, in their sequence, I would value them in that right sequence. So, just to answer your question, anybody who is aspiring to become an army officer or to join army, navy, air force, anything, uh, focus on these three things, and everything will start falling in the right place. And one more thing I would like to say is that there is no substitute to hard work. So, any success we see in our life, nothing comes free. There is a hard work. There might be, we see some people that they are born with a golden spoon or something, but it's all eyewash. Ultimately, to become a successful, whether you are in army, whether you are in civil streets, whether you're a sportsman, there is a lot of hard work, dedication behind the scene, and there is no substitute to it.
Okay. So to all the youth that is listening to this conversation, if you wanna get into army, as I mentioned, the three C's and how hard work are the key principles which you need to follow to get into army or any to excel in any other profession in general. So, sir, like as we're celebrating the Independence Day, we would love to hear from you. Like, what significance does this day hold for you as both a military officer and a corporate leader?
So, as proud Indian, whether you're on civil street, whether you're an army officer, irrespective of profession, religion, caste, creed, gender, anything, if you're an Indian, 15th August is a day of proud, or we take immense pride in it that we got our freedom on this day, and we see our tricolor flying very high, and that's what we aspire, that yes, it should always fly very high, and it is the ultimate, the tricolor, the nation always comes first. And that is what it motivates all of us on 15th August. But my take is that generally, especially on Civil Street, what I have seen, that the patriotism or all those things, they are very limited or restricted to this particular day. And people try to show that they are very patriotic and all. That's very good. It is required. But at the same time, once we transition to 16th August, 17th August, that day also we have to be as patriotic as we are on 15th August. And when I say patriotic, we all just try to be a good citizen. A good citizen, as I said again, those three C, they come and play. And as a good citizen, we should imbibe all those, basically a good civic sense, which is very lacking in our country, what I see. And I would say that people should introspect and act accordingly, show that patriotism and that good citizen throughout the year, and not only restricting to 15th of August. So that's my humble request to everyone that let's take pride on 15th of August, but let not that pride just be limited to that one particular day. It has to be throughout, always and every time. We should just think about nation, what we can contribute to our nation. And we can contribute by these all small steps, that if I'm following signal, I'm following the traffic rules, I'm not littering around, I'm keeping the area clean, I'm doing my job as a good citizen, the country as a whole will always, we will grow much faster and in much positive manner. So, like I always believe in this motto that together we can, we must, and we will. So that's my take, and that's my message on 15th of August.
That, that was really great to hear. As our part will for sure be try to be an ideal citizen throughout the year, not only just this Independence Day or Republic Day, wherein the patriotism rises to a peak and then it just collapses in general. Rather, we should always try to be an ideal citizen throughout the year. So yes, sir, like that would conclude our interview for this day. It was a really an honor for us to host you at this auspicious occasion of 78th Independence Day. And yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. My privilege, and thank you very much for having me amongst you on this auspicious day. Thank you very much.